Good morning. Let's meditate. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. Sound of car, the sound of waves, the sound of birds. My posture is a little stiff. Move back and forth and sideways. Find it settled. I've been sitting on the rock and I've been figuring out. So every time I do a little different setting to put the towel underneath. And it's getting better, but not quite. It's not easy with the rocks underneath. It doesn't bend, so I have to bend. Be flexible. There's a Japanese saying, "Damatte suwareba." If you sit, being quiet, damatte suwareba, pitari to wakaru. You'll get it. So don't argue, just sit. Every Japanese may know that sentence. But whether we practice or not, that's a different story. For example, on my left hip bone area, I feel a little sore. So if I pay attention to it, actually it gets worse. If you pay attention to surroundings, or posture, or the sound, all the things happening, that little thing underneath my hip may be better prioritized, so to speak, or find its own spot of my sitting by itself. So there's that self-organizing element to accommodate. If you start to complain, you get deeper in it. In my first 10-day meditation course, that happened. The pain was not underneath my hip, but my back. And when I pay attention to it, it gets worse. I didn't know it at the time. But I try to sit every sitting from early in the morning because I was determined to go through it. I didn't know it at the time. I thought it was good to be determined, work hard on it from even 4:30 in the morning till 9 or so in the evening. But I didn't know I was determined. The point is, just let things be. In a way, it's not natural in our mind. If there's a problem, you want to fix it. But because I decided to sit 10 days and determined, they even call it determined as adittan, for 1 hour not to move. It could have been 1 hour and a half, I don't remember. They introduced that at the 3rd or 4th day, maybe twice a day. I don't remember anymore. It's like a rock you're sitting on gets harder and harder, and the more you pay attention to it, there's no escape. It's not the escape, but it resolved on its own when I gave up. There was no me, actually. There was nowhere to go but accept it. And when I accept it, something happened. Self-organizing. Pain was not the pain. After the fact, the pain was my mind struggling to get out of the pain. The more you try to do that, you have more pain. So on the 8th day in the afternoon, I felt so painful. Then I wondered, is it painful because I'm trying to escape from pain? And that question shifted my consciousness, the way of using my mind. Rather, not to use mind, but observe everything as it is. So if the waves are noisy, just accept it. I said, sit quietly, 黙って座れば you find ピタッとわかる We resolve on its own or find a way. So no argument, total acceptance with no effort. So there's no you, there's no accept. It's just it is. Be as it is. And you are connected to the way. Yesterday I had a talk with a Japanese guy named Ryota, who is the surfer. I talked about山って座ればピタッとわかる。When you sit quietly, you know what it is. I didn't use that expression, but there's a Zen Koan to point that. I may share this in the description or the other video. The koan's name is Ordinary Mind is the Way. Mind moves around as if you want to focus next, which you want to do, how, or go backward, why it happened, that was stupid, or that was wonderful, what can I do next time? So the mind is not silent, but when it's silent, you know the way. That's the ordinary mind. That's the koan. Essentially same as the sentence I shared already. Breathe in, breathe out. Mind silent. No mind. No self. You sit silently, calm and quiet mind. Joshu, from that koan, ordinary mind is the way, figure that out. I don't know where that Japanese one sentence expression, where it came from. If you sit, or when you sit quietly, you know what is or what to do. I never thought about that expression until just a while ago. In Japanese, there are many expressions like that. Many people know it. We may not know the origin of it, but people often use it. One similar expression I just thought about, which may be less used these days, is this one. Okage-Sama de. Okage, Kage is something behind. Sama is a respect form of calling someone. So the meaning of it is because of something silent. So that's the expression often used when people meet. You may say konnichiwa, good morning or good afternoon, or you may say Okage-Sama de. Maybe more older people, but the Kage typically means shadow, which can be interpreted as the shadow. Because of the shadow being or existence of the shadow, everything is good. So good morning can be Okage-Sama de, or good evening could be Okage-Sama de. Okage, O is just a respect form, and Kage is shadow. But the shadow may mean something not obvious, but working behind. If you notice it, you appreciate. So Okage-Sama de means respect to whatever is happening behind, in the shadow. Shadow is always with you. Its shadow here is like your heart. You think you are living with your mind, but what's behind is the heart and the body, unconscious part. So Okage-Sama de may mean be conscious of unconscious, the power behind, the power of now, power of calm and quiet mind, power of everything as it is, no mind, no self. What a great way to say greeting. Personally, I've never used that. I have been living in my mind for so long. I know that expression, and even Daisetsu mentioned about it. Isn't it funny? This is the first time I talked about Okage-Sama de in my video. Respect what's behind, what's hidden in the shade. It's in the shade because it doesn't say I'm here. It's just working behind. And if you know and respect and appreciate what's working behind, it's like a respect and appreciate the way of nature organizing or self-organizing itself to keep us alive. It's not the mind make us alive, even though mind may point that that is the mind doing the job, but that's the ego of the mind. So be silent in the shadow. That being doesn't show up, but when you respect that, there's a sense, deep sense of appreciation of being alive. Maybe the rock and the feeling underneath in my hip is pointing something. That is very important. How we may be able to associate with it instead of fighting and breaking and throwing things. Acceptance and appreciation. Okage-Sama de. Thank you. You have a good day with Okage-Sama. What's in the shadow? quiet. May all beings be happy.